You know, I love Coldplay, but even though it's safe to say that they're still one of the most popular bands in the world, their albums have been suffering quite a bit from a clear identity crisis. Back in the early 2000s, Coldplay was on top of the world, not only because of the fans, but also because of the critics. Albums like Parachutes, or Rush of Blood to the Head, and X and Y were seen as alternative rock masterpieces, and if you compare those with the albums they've been releasing as of late, there's a very clear difference. So what happened? How did they go from one of the most acclaimed bands of the moment to a band that's not expected to release a good album? Well, Viva La Vida happened, an album that in my humble opinion is one of the best albums they released, but it's also the album that launched Coldplay into the pop music scene. The digital drums and rhythmic compositions in Viva La Vida were the blueprint for Milo Saloto, and though the albums did wonders for their live performances, it was clear that they weren't as tight and as well crafted as they used to be. Once again, Milo Saloto and Viva La Vida, great albums, but their success led the band to make albums like Ghost Stories and A Head Full of Dreams, and also this.
No.
However, even though I agree that the quality of Coldplay's albums has dropped quite a bit, there's people who take it too far. Like, I've literally seen people say that Coldplay was one of the most innovative bands back in the day, simply because they made alternative rock. Guys, please remember, even though it says alternative in the name, it was still one of the most popular genres back then. Plus, it's not like all of their albums are too commercial. Everyday Life saw the band going back to the alternative, and it's actually a really good album. But yeah, Coldplay's early albums were definitely a lot better, but this idea that they were experimental back then, and all of their new music is terrible, is simply misinformed and based on nostalgia.